Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500 for Monday, July 17th, 2023. Again, the market just continues to stay interesting for me. And I'm going to start here on the NASDAQ. I'm going to start on the hourly chart. And coming into today, I had felt that we still needed additional downside to complete a small fourth wave. And it actually still remained a small fourth wave, but then the market started to rally, and I thought, okay, this could all work, and it actually still can, and I'm going to show you how. We got two sides of a picture going here, but we went up and we broke the high of where I had marked wave 3. So that kind of brings us to a strange little situation on what really took place. So let me go down real quick to the 15-minute chart. Let me open this up, and now we're looking at what we did today. So if I go here, I got an A, B, and then I got a C down to this level. Wave A, and then I got an A, B, C, A, and then I got another B, either there, and then I got 5 waves up. So I get an ABCA, ABCB. It's a possibility. Those are possibilities. Or I've got A, ABC, small 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 3, 4, 5 of 3. So instead of here, it's completing here. And going back out to that hourly chart, it just extended out. So what we have going on, the bottom of 2 stays the same. Then we had resistance points coming in here. Like, for example, we had 1.382. But that, as far as the third wave goes, it doesn't make any sense, so I don't use it. But it zipped past 100% and kept going, which does nothing really other than just tell us it could have just been the extension. So if I come into here and I go 1, 2, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, 4, 5 of 3, and then we get a 4 and a 5 of that minute, right? So we're inside this minute 2. So now we have minuet 1, minuet 2. Then we have this breakdown of 3. So we got to count it all the way up. We go minuet 1, minuet 2. Then we kind of come out for 5, minuet 3, 4, 5, minuet 4, minuet 5, minute 3. So it is extended again, but it fits, it counts, and we may still see a little bit additional upside, because again, if I just go in here, if I'm counting that as my low, or even here, either one, probably put it here, we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, but it doesn't count a little bit better. You go 1, 2, and this is just the 3 of this 5-wave sequence to put the 3. So we're in 5 of 3 here. And we've only got 3 waves coming up. We do a little 4, we come back up, put another high end, do a 5, then do a 4. So it gets interesting because, again, we're working through. If you remember, I talked about the dispersion trade last week. It's still in play. They're still selling volatility. And where are you going to sell that volatility? You're selling the volatility index, which is volatility on the SPX or the ES, but it's on the SPX. It's within those options. So that volatility gets sold. They take that money and they buy volatility of the underlying. So if I'm looking like that, they're selling the SPX. What's within the SPX? All of our big name stocks. NVIDIA's in there. Apple's in there. And what else did they go for today? Meta was down, then it was up. Microsoft down, then it was up. But I think the big play today was in Apple. We didn't have such a big play last week when I saw the dispersion trade. But it was in Nvidia, and it was in Netflix, and it was in Tesla. So today it was in Nvidia, it was in Netflix, it was in Tesla, and Apple. Apple, I think, started it, and the other three kind of joined the party a little bit late, particularly Nvidia. But again, when I look at Elliott within those individual stocks, it's like, boy, that sell down in Nvidia really worked. I know that this is not really a part of doing the index, but you can see, bing. And for all I know, folks, right? We got that high, 4,480. But then what do we got working through? A, B, C, B. So this is going to turn around and come down and do another C wave. And did the 480 complete a sequence? Right? And I'm not really going to go into, we're going to detail all of this. I'm just going to follow it on my hourly chart and go like, well, if anything, this was the B wave, and the B wave could have made it all the way up to 469, and it still can. They're buying it again. 467 and 467.10. They're still pushing from where this stock closed. It closed at 464. They've already taken it up $3. So are they going to get it up to here, finish it, or are they going to really try to just, that's it? This was the whole pullback, which I don't doubt, because this is ending up, this is kind of nasty looking. So to me, it's like A, B, C. And then whether C ends up here, because that would be 618. And then that's a B wave. And then we do a C wave down. And then maybe rally again, or maybe it's all over. I don't know. Is that 1, ABC 2? So again, our possibilities, but that follow through is what I'm looking at. The fact that they're selling the volatility in the index and buying the volatility in the component stocks. And that action produces these nonstop rallies without a whole lot of volume, basically. They just kind of keep going up. And then suddenly they slide a little bit, then they keep going up. Then they slide a little bit, and then they keep going up. And that's all a part of the trade. So it's continuing. Now, as far as Elliott count goes, it continues to follow the path. There's a big change coming. I'm going to show you in the S&P, but here in the NASDAQ, it's continuing to follow the path. We just got a little bit bigger extension. So whether we get another little run up and we get a little bit more height to this thing, and I could probably do one more. Let me add, if this is going to be 1, and I'm going to stick this up on this 4. You can see we've gotten up there, and where is 618? So let's clean this up. Let's clean it up so that we're looking at what we need to. Okay, so now we just cleaned it up. So again, we're continuing just to connect our fibs because we're constantly in a fifth wave, right? So here is minuet wave 1. We're connecting it to the bottom of minuet wave 4 because we want to know what minuet wave 5 is going to look like, or where it can come in so we can get this 3 up there. Well, it's now pushing itself back above 100%, which was 15,830, actually 837, 838. We've gotten as high as 15,878, 882 actually. So we zipped up there. And what does that basically tell us? It's like, well, as far as fib goes, that's our next stop, 15,947. Now, we also have 1.618 at 15,999, or actually basically 16,000. And this is in the NASDAQ. And that actually also can complete minute wave 3. So now we've got different levels to finish minute wave 3. And obviously, they all still call for some additional rally. This has been an incredible upside move. From the get-go, it's been an incredible upside move where we've had these humongous gains as we go through this same type of trade, where they're selling the volatility in the index and they're buying the volatility in the underlying components. That continues. Can it push it up to here? It can. On top of that, tomorrow we have a bigger day for earnings. So, we got a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow after the close. So is this all going to just continue? Yeah. So we're back into that cycle. Where can all of this end, right? Because here we have just 618, which we've already exceeded now twice. And 1.618 is for wave C. We've exceeded that. What do we got coming up next? We have minor wave 5, 100% is 16,396. We'll have more once we get wave 3 in. We put a wave 4 in, and then I got another one to connect, which will be minute wave 1 to give me where minute wave 5 should kind of come in. And even if I kind of start putting them here, that's just this minuet wave 5. So I'm thinking actually, 15,950. But guess what? Look at where we are. Is it going to run this thing another 150 points? Yeah. Look at what it did today. 150 points in the cash. So it's possible. But that's my look at the NASDAQ for today. We're not done to the upside. And folks, from what I presented in my big picture update, it remains valid. It all remains valid. What a beautiful C wave. Yep, we're exceeding. Yep, we're getting close up here. But now that we've exceeded 1.618, well, the next one would be 100% or up into our other levels, right? Where we have the irregular, but that's according to irregular B, not in this internal. It's an irregular primary degree. It's where this starts to come in. So we continue to follow that for the intermediate wave C. So we know we surpassed that. The next level would be 2.618, which is 18,000. Am I looking for that right now? No. Can it do it? Well, yeah, everything is possible, right? But now I can bring it down, and now I'm going to start following more closely what my next degree down. That was intermediate degree. Now I'm going to look at the minor degree and see where this all can finish up. We're breaking above minor 5. 618 was 15,801-ish, right in there. We've gotten above it, nicely above it. So where does that leave us? What's next? We go to 100%, 16,396. But that would be where minor wave 5 completes. Now, but I'm still inside minute wave 3. Well, if it completes here or anywhere in between here, and we get that wave 4, now I'm going to be able to add my wave 5, and I bet you 10 to 1, we start lining up to here, to here, to here. Minor wave 5. We're surpassed this. That's our next up. And I'm sure we're going to start lining up once I can get the 3 done, the 4. and we're into the 5, we'll start lining up here. There we have 15,999 for minute wave 3. And then so no matter where this finishes and comes off, these drop. So within that, we have 15,947, 15,999, or 16,000, just to get this third wave complete. Then we pull back, then we go again. Those will remove, those will be removed, and we'll have a new set that's going to take us up into this area. It's been quite the ride. Let's continue to play it. Again, a lot of today, depending on what size of your account and what you were playing, was not the easiest trade to hold on to. It did end up being so when they decided they wanted to rally nicely. It ended up being fine. But even if I go like this, that was a big move. Maybe you got long here looking for it's going to just continue. It goes up and then dies. So that's 15,781. This is 15,736. $50 back down. And your long one, killer. So it wasn't always, it's like, see, the tails, the tails, the tails. Once it started to get its little rally going, it was fine. But they were shorter trades. I would suspect the same thing can happen tomorrow. The dispersion trade continues. So, and you can see them. Oh, now they're going to try to move volatility up. Okay, so we just opened up a little bit. Globex is now opening, so we're heading again lower. So maybe that was the 3. If it was, then we can run our fibs, which are going to be all the way from there to coming back down. Here's the previous 4th. We're looking still for this market to come back down 200 points. 200 to 250 points in a 4th wave. We'll see. Over in the S&P, big change. Let me start by saying you're going to see, oh, what did you do with that wave 4, Michael? Oh, you moved it all the way up to there. Why? Okay, so this is not, I've had trouble for the longest time that if I'm thinking, okay, I'm counting a diagonal. And a couple of you have mentioned in comments, are you counting it? Is it a diagonal? And so it really, I had the same question because I got 3, 3, 5. I'm like, wait a minute. So the only other choice, even if it's a 3, 3, 5, would be it's an ABC, and this is 1. Right? Now, this came to me via a member of my trade room and a subscriber, but it actually was a count from Elliott Wave International, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due because it was not my original count. But Elliott Wave International is Robert Prechter, and he has other people actually that do the analysis, but they will put these very bizarre triangles together. Now, if I'm looking for a wave 4, I had felt that this was 3. That's how it counted, best as 3. Then it was 3 up, then it's 3 down, then it was 3 up, then it's 3 down. Guess what fit? The triangle. Not the most beautiful triangle, but it was a contracting triangle, but it was more ascending than it was wedging, but it did wedge. So I put it into place just to take a look. So if I'm raising the 4th wave from there up to here, it changes my minor wave 5 calculation. Not by a whole bucket load, but less than 50 points. Because I believe previously, when I had it here, it topped out at 46.03. And now it's 48. So it's not like it makes a gigantic difference, but and we got to leave room for some additional movement inside to the upside for minute 3. Remember, I put minute 3 here, minute 4. I would have had to mark complete like here. Let me get inside this thing. Yes, there's the low. So in the NASDAQ, it bottomed here for the small 4, and then we got this 5. Here, let me just open this up and double check. So we have, no, it was here. So the S&P is here. So really what we're looking at here is that small 4 goes here, and minute 4, or minuet 4, excuse me. And then we got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and a 5 to finish minute 3. Okay, so actually bring this back out to the hourly. So we get a 1, 2, and now we're inside this expanding and extending third. So we get a lot of 1, 2s, 1, 2, 1, you know, just kind of 1, 2s its way up. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So we're still inside that 5. And that'll complete minute 3. Then we get another 4. So just when you think we're heading and we're going to finish up, we're not. So I'm not going to put fibs here to see how high this goes because it's gone way beyond all of them. But minor 4 here, we see 618. It exceeded, came back down, so it stays in place. 45, 56, 57. That resistance still exists. It popped above it, came back down below it. Keeps it in place for right now. So, and we're still kind of, you know, heading down. So is that third complete? Possibly. We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt. It kind of comes down, but it'll rally again. We'll see. And then we get a 4 and then a 5. And then I'll be able to fill in more of our blanks in terms of where's our additional resistance that's going to come in between here. Once I get to 3 and I get a 4, and then we're going to put in 4. Here's minute wave 1. That's pretty small. It's really small. So it's going to make it very, very difficult to put that calculation in because we're already going to be up at 2.618. That's pretty small. So we'll see. I'm just putting this out right now. All of this can change. And yeah, you always wonder how, if anything, is it going to just produce a irregular, larger primary B wave, a regular B wave, which would take us up into these levels. Even though this would be intermediate wave C, could take us close, right? Minor wave 5 at 2.618 is already above 48. 1.618 above 4808. So minor wave 5 coming in at 1.618 takes us really close. Too close. I can't imagine they're going to get there and stop. So again, we begin to build a little bit more strength that, well, they could just keep pushing. Right now, though, I really just need to kind of take this day by day. Because if this is 1, 2, 3, we get a 4, pushing a 5, and the 5 ends up in here, up to there, then done is done. And we'll see. Right now, moving averages, everything else is still in alignment. Now, the other side of the coin, one more time, one other side of the coin, bringing it back down to here. It's an irregular 4. an irregular B wave in the fourth wave position. Bring the 3 back to here. A, ABC, B, irregular, didn't go up. It's high enough, but still irregular, created a new high. If the market should go, okay, no good, boom, 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 pop, boom, comes down, breaks below 45.27, or in the cash, it's like 45.14, then it's likely an irregular, and this is all going to be a wave 4. Minute wave 4. So we've got some stuff going on right now. We got some stuff. And we're going to have to let it play out to kind of really see what this is all going to be. Because remember, my minute wave 1 was here, but I just had problems with it. It's like trying to, it was still, it's a 3, it's a 3, it's a 3. This is a 3. And now I can see that it's a series. It's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So the triangle fits day by day. I'm just going to take this day by day. So in other words, a lot of people have been asking me, where do I think it tops out? It's like stop trying to pick a place to short it. Trying to pick a top is just not a good habit to try to build. So we really got to play it day by day. And again, I come in and I play it only for the day. But if you are trying to be a swing trader or a position trader, you can start to put on spreads if you choose, but you're going to be putting on, spreads that you're going to make money, but they're limited risk. If you're just thinking of shorting a future or shorting a stock or buying puts, just plain puts, you could be early. And then either your puts are going to lose all their money, or you're just going to have to close a position being short because they're not done taking it where they're going to take it. So I'm going to drop this down to day by day. That's the best that I can do. And because it is a changing picture, and this topping process is extending. And part of it is, folks, because of this type of trade that they're doing. They're selling volatility. You're like, what the hell's volatility got to do with earnings? Nothing. Volatility's got that their position is they sell volatility, and they can sell it via the VIX future. All right? They sell it, and then they buy volatility in the components. And that you see when they come in and just straight buy, straight buy, straight buy, straight buy, straight buy. It's just they're buying it. Apple up $3.30. It's a pretty strong move for Apple. And then it was just bid 194. So, it continues. When's it going to stop? I don't know. And if you got somebody that's going to tell you it's going to stop on this day at that point, it's like, oh, great. I'm not going to take that one to the bank. The market will tell us. And you know what the sign will be? They're reversing the position. Or everything that's going to come off has already come off. If they're doing options, options expire. And it comes off when they start buying volatility in the indexes and selling the volatility in the underlying. Think about the action. Why would I buy the volatility? Why am I going to buy the VIX? I'm expecting these indexes to go down. What is this volatility of the VIX? What is the VIX, the volatility index CBOE? What is it based on? SPX options, the original OEX, which was 100 S&P stocks. That's what the VIX is. So selling volatility on the index is selling, the volatility in 100 stocks, and then buying it in those. So you sell the volatility because the market's going to go up. Volatility should continue to sink. So what's the reverse? I'm going to buy volatility in the index because I'm believing now that the volatility is going to increase. What's going to cause it to increase? The market starts to decline. So why are they buying the volatility in NVIDIA, in Netflix, in Apple, in all of these stocks? Because they're expecting the stocks to rise. They don't get it that way, they're going to be very quick to change their mind and get out of those positions. All right, that's where I'm going to end it for today. Our next update will be on Tuesday, July the 18th. And let me just, one quick thing before I head out. Let me take a look at the market watch for tomorrow. We have 8:30 a.m. U.S. retail sales. We have 9:15 industrial production, 10 a.m. business inventories, and also 10 a.m. Fed Vice Chair Barr speaks on fair lending practices. I love that. I don't know what that's going to do for our markets, but we do have some retail sales, industrial production, and business inventories coming out between 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. All right, that's going to be it. Catch you on the rerun tomorrow.